Hello, folks. It's me again, Andreas. Uh, on tonight's video, I will talk to you about toxic, sick, emetic phrases people still use in daily basis. Why I pick up toxic, sick phrase or phrases? I have write down in a paper which is that toxic phrase. I will not show you again. I just give you some feedback on this topic. We all know that nowadays people from all walks of life and from all social backgrounds, doesn't matter what educational background you have, you might be politician, you might be educational staff, student, you might be military staff, medical staff. You might be working public sector. You might be working private sector. You might be an athlete or an actor, model, something. You keep using toxic phrase or phrases enough to make yourself very easy to others to understand your saying. I give you a very simple example now. I confuse my tongue. The other days, I was in a city center alone for a drink. And I kept hearing this kind of toxic phrase, at least for 30 minutes, 30 minutes. I heard that kind of idea of word from the majority of people in that pub. So I thought to ask, just by curiosity. I didn't want it to be rude or totally indiscreet. I just, I went to the next table and I asked it, just by curiosity. So the next thing that happened is that two of the three people that participated in that discussion, they were very good educated. I just guessed at that time that their knowledge was way above my knowledge. I told them very simple. I keep hearing now the last 30 minutes or so that you keep repeating the same idea of word all over again. Instead of using very simple and superior language to express yourself in a public place like this one, you try to make yourself look like, how to put it with polite way, you sound like underdeveloped Neanderthals. You know Neanderthals? Or like underdeveloped monkeys or cockroaches, something like that. And they return me back to me the same toxic and sick idea of word which I dislike to hear from people from all over from all over around me. Even if I go to buy some stuff in supermarket, even if I take the bus, even if I go for cinema, even if I go for to take my lunch in some place, I keep hear this phrase, this toxic, sick idea of word. I never text, I never send this kind of toxic, sick phrase on text messages. I never do on emails. I never talk, I never discuss, I never chat with people this kind of phrase, because for me it's phrase. So I find it right now to show you. I write it on the paper now. Okay, this is the I hope you see it. So since the moment you see now, even if sometimes I don't talk fluently English, which I try, by the way, I do this live video now, and maybe later on you're gonna comment your smart comments. Anyway, like I said, is this kind of phrase, verb actually, which I dislike to hear from people while they discuss some topics in public places. You can use many other ways to express yourself, to make yourself feel more comfortable while you talk with your friends, while you talk with your boyfriend, with your girlfriend, something, I don't know. The English language has, I guess so, some million idea of words that you can use, that I can use, that we all can use in daily basis, 24/7. The same we can type on the messages, on emails, or we can talk on phones, or we can talk with our friends. Instead of that, we keep using this toxic and sick phrase. I know that many other people from around the globe many other civilizations, they have their own dialects, they have their own phrases, how to express themselves with different way. They say, you know something, the West civilization has so many expressions, has so many ID words that you can use to express yourself with many different ways. The West civilization is called West civilization because they allow you to express yourself with 100% freedom. We have the freedom of speech. Yes, okay. Freedom of speech. I have to rethink in this one now. Freedom of speech. I believe comes with some kind of price, this one. Freedom of speech. Okay, that is very interesting. Um, the definition of freedom of speech in West civilization is, or how do we measure freedom of speech? We say, I want my freedom to talk the way I like with my friends, with my girlfriend, someone says with his boyfriend, someone will says, I want my freedom to write down, to send messages, emails with the way I like, with a way that make me feel that I am open to other people to accept me for what I am. So if someone is way too smart and still needs to use toxic phrase every 5 minutes, every 10 minutes in a discussion that keeps going for 1 hour, in 1 hour you have used something like 20 times, at least 20 times, that kind of phrase. So if I participate in a discussion for 1 hour with other 3 people of my age, or younger than me, or older than me, in 1 hour these 4 people, we have used this kind of toxic, sick phrase at least 20 times, top 20 times. I don't want to go up. I say 20 times. It's very logical now. It's the top 20 times. So if I use 5 times this word, the other friend of mine, the other friend use another 5 times this word, the other 5 times or 6 times, the other goes 5 times and goes on, then 20 times is actually sounds not that good. Sounds like someone has not yet finished college or university, maybe high school. Yes, high school is very logical. High school is the top, because after university and college, someone supposed talks with proper way English, not only English, but the any language. My mother language, for example, is Greek. Someone will says my mother language is Italian. Some other says my mother language is Turkey. Some other says my mother language is Australian or New Zealand or German. Or I don't know, Brazilian, something. So why people all of you watch me now, you or we, all of us, are that much educated, at least to some point, I guess, and still in 21st century, with all that social media, with all that technology we have in our hands, we cannot talk with superior way. We cannot talk with superior language. We cannot use our brain, we cannot use the knowledges we have received from the schools throughout our student years to use it in not 100%, but in 1000%. All of us, not only me, not only you watch me now, all of us. From our family environment, from our social circle, from our friends, from our teachers, professors, everyone. I'd not put anyone outside aside. It's everyone, because you keep texting and you use this kind of sick and toxic phrase. You talk on your phone and you use this toxic and sick phrase. The same happens with reporters on TV networks. The same happens while we watch news on YouTube. The same happens when you ask someone in public to give you directions. Yes, you go there. Oh no, I said I want to say it that way, but the other way. People nowadays, thanks to technology, smart technology, we don't know how to talk properly. This is my personal opinion. And I believe it. I can prove it. You can prove it for yourself. You keep repeat this toxic and sick phrase 24/7 while you go with your friends for a beer outside, while you go with your girlfriend or boyfriend cinema, vacations, while you are in your classroom and your teacher, professor asking you something, to explain what exactly you want to say with that line you just said. Can you please explain me with some details what exactly you want to say? And you are forced to explain yourself by using toxic and sick phrase. So your classmates and your teacher or professor must understand 100% what exactly you want to say. That is for you the freedom of speech. Freedom of speech comes with some price. I don't see how that is going to work. If the youth today, here in Europe, where we live, they say we want freedom of speech. Freedom of speech, the definition is I want to express myself with many ways I want to. If I want to say this one, I will say it. If I want to do this one and write this one, I will do so. So if someone tells me I want the freedom of spirit, I want the freedom of speech to express myself with many different ways, I take this as that individual or the other individual is highly toxic for me. His brain, his knowledge, any feedback has received from his school environment or from his family environment or his from social circle. I don't want to go much deeper to analyze this one. I just stop there for a moment. Surely makes that individual looks on my eyes that is highly toxic, is highly sick, is highly emetic and poisonous one. Because I know that he or she or they can express their self with many different ways, with superior thought that goes from level 0 to level 100. They insist to express themselves with extremely low vocabulary, toxic vocabulary, sick vocabulary. Of course, they're gonna tell you we are not toxic, we are not sick individuals, we are not toxic, sick people, because we know how to talk. Maybe you are the toxic one, I am. Maybe I am the toxic one, maybe I am the sick one, maybe I am the emetic one individual who I refuse to use this toxic and sick phrase. Like I said, I never email that kind of toxic, sick phrase. I never text that toxic, sick phrase. I never use during the live video now this toxic and sick phrase. I only use different idea of words to explain myself, to express myself to you, which by the way helps me to address to you with specific way, because I know that my video or my videos address for specific people. That is the reason why I ask, do not like, do not share, just comment or describe. All this toxic, sick, and emetic phrase comes with the price of freedom of speech to express yourself, or for many million, billion people out there, to express themselves through the sick and toxic social media with other toxic and sick people who really doesn't know how to express themselves with more healthy way. Of course, someone will say, what makes you believe that you are healthy? I say this one because I don't use this toxic sick phrases. Sick phrase. If you ask some person, if you ask some woman or some man who comes from the continent of Africa, here in Europe, and they tell you, you know something, in Africa we don't use this kind of vocabulary. We use different idea of words to explain ourselves to our friends, our families. Yes, okay. Tell me more. What language do you have in your place in Africa to express yourself? Because here we are stupid. Here in Europe, we are 24/7 with social media, WhatsApp, all this kind of stuff. We don't know how to talk properly. Ah, really? What do you? You keep saying, what do you? Or, you know, I met. So if I meet someone from the continent of Africa, and I ask them, excuse me, ma'am, how do you talk in your place? Or do you have a boyfriend? Oh, okay. You know something? I just came to your place. I just arrived now in Europe. You are totally stranger to me. I'm totally stranger to you. And you keep and you ask me some weird stuff, some weird information about me. We don't know each other. Ah, yes. What do you, why you? So, if every one of you keep says this verb, then I'm really sorry. You need to go back school to educate yourself. Um, how to talk properly, how to conduct with someone else properly, how to write down your thoughts properly. More, yes, properly is the right way, is the right description for me. Um, there is the bad way and there is the right way. The bad way is this one. The right way is to start if not from tonight here in Europe or around the globe, is to start from tomorrow, very early in the morning, to talk properly with your parents, with your brothers, sister, to talk properly with your neighbors, to talk properly with your colleagues, with your friends on job, to talk properly with your landlord, I don't know, to talk properly in public while you go in some restaurant, pub to order something, or you're gonna, or you need to write down properly a text message or email, something. Even if you are a reporter in some very prestigious TV network, you need to address to your audience with proper way, not with toxic, sick, emetic way, because you are a reporter. The logic says that you have studied many years. You have maybe 2 or 3 diplomas in your possession. So that makes you very unique person. You have superior knowledge. You're not a poor one. You don't come from a working family. Your audience need to hear from you to talk with superior language. If you don't have this superior language in your job as a reporter, you are in the NTV network around the globe, then why you keep call yourself reporter? I keep watching news from my home country every now and then. Reporters from Greece, I can say for sure that the majority of them are toxic, sick, emetic. You might be a reporter on some TV network. You might be a reporter in some radio station. You might be I don't know. You might be work as a reporter in some newspaper. The same thing. You have your notes, and your notes contains that toxic and sick phrase because you want to address and to explain yourself to the people that they're gonna read your articles to understand what exactly you write, to understand exactly why you write this one and which is the purpose that you write this one. Everybody today are toxic, sick, emetic, and poisonous individual. If you do this experiment in your mirror, in your house, ask from your parents to filming you, ask from your brother or sister to filming you. You will understand very easy what is the wrong one, what is the wrong thing in that photo. I felt the need to do this video tonight people how toxic, sick, emetic people from all walks of life and from all social background. Doesn't matter what is your education background. You might be finished elementary school back in your time. It's your problem. You might be finished only high school. It's your problem. But if you have finished university or college, you believe that you are well educated individual, man or woman, and you have some very good job that pays you big money, and you keep use this toxic, sick, emetic phrase or other phrases, my sincere condolences for the diplomas you have in your possession. That shows me that you know nothing. That is my personal opinion, and I supported this one. I believe my opinion because it comes from me. So, editing this video, I don't know which is your thoughts, what you believe for this video. You might have too many mixed thoughts right now. No problem. You can comment with many ways you can, or many ways you wish that my video really worth for you. It's okay. You can describe if you want, press the button describe. As always, I don't like the any shares or like. I dislike people who keep doing this one. I hope I will do one more video on this topic. Thank you very much for those who watch me right now, tonight, here in Europe, in Africa, Oceania, China, Russia, I don't know where, North America, Central America, South America, South Pole or North Pole, doesn't matter. Thank you very much. Hope see you again next time.